disgusting. And it's like the plants are going into survival mode. I made a whole soap bar. You want to try to make sure you get a healthy piece. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Tiffany. I'm a gardener in Zone 9A, Southern Alabama. If you are returning, hey friends. Y'all, so today we're going to do a garden tour slash garden update slash let's walk through after we had some rough weather yesterday to see what's going on and what's not going on. So yeah, that's what we got going on today. Yesterday, like I said, we had some pretty rough weather. I'm talking about it rained the whole day. Even over by the greenhouse was flooded yesterday, and I did a little short and I kind of showed the backyard and how everything was going on, but it was rough yesterday, y'all. And it's so funny because I kept looking out the window at the greenhouse. I'm like, Lord, please don't let this greenhouse fly away. Even though I know the Vago greenhouse is very, very, very nicely made. It's very good quality. It's not like our greenhouse we had before, but y'all, I'm still traumatized from when our greenhouse that we had before was in the neighbor's yard. So yeah, I just kept looking out at everything. Even the GreenStalks and stuff like that, I was peeking in at those too. But everything seems to be looking just fine. We got a few tree branches that fell down, and I'll show y'all that as we do our little walkthrough. And we also gonna start some seeds today. We're gonna direct sow some seeds today. And let me show y'all these two plants that I got earlier from the nursery. So I was supposed to take y'all in the nursery with me, but it started pouring down raining, so I had to leave y'all in the car. So I got this Flory Glory Corazon. If I'm saying that wrong, y'all, my bad. So this is what it looks like. The reason why I got this, I don't know nothing about this plant, but the reason why I got it is because when I was at the nursery, it was so many bees that was flying around this plant, like an insane amount of bees. So I was like, oh, let me get this because I'm guessing pollinators like it. And then I also got some lemon thyme. I wanted to get some lavender and rosemary too, but I just couldn't justify paying $6 for rosemary and lavender at Lowe's. So I was just like, I'm gonna leave it there and I'll just try to propagate the lavender and rosemary that I already got, which I know that I can propagate the rosemary because I've done it before. But yeah, but enough of me running my chops because I'm just running my mouth. I'm gonna have to go back to my car to see if I got my seeds out there. Oh, I know exactly where they at. They're in the garage. So I'm gonna have to go to the garage to get the seeds that I plan to direct. So once we get done doing our little walkthrough. So first, let's start with this flower bed. Y'all don't get on to me because yes, I was supposed to take all these flowers out and put some other stuff down. But because I never went to get the other stuff that I wanted to put down, I just decided to leave this bed alone and see what happens with it. So the caterpillars that was on here, they finally left. And let me tell y'all what I did to make them finally leave. Shout out to the person that left in the comment to use insecticide, soap, and some water, because that's all I did. I went and got some Dr. Bronner's, just plain soap, and I added some water, and I sprayed like my life depended on these plants. And I wanted to see, I kind of wanted to use this bed as like a test run to see if it was actually going to work, and they gone, y'all. They gone. So I was very happy to see that. I am going to put that thyme and that flower that I just showed y'all in this bed. So once I do that, I do plan to pull up everything on this side. So all this stuff, I plan to pull it up. I'm going to leave the marigolds right here. I'm going to leave these marigolds too because they don't look horrible. And then I'm going to pull up this stuff right here. And then I'm going to leave the marigold that's back there. So I plan to leave a few things in here, but I also plan to pull some stuff. So yeah, and we still got blooms that's on the cosmos and the cosmos and the zinnias. But I was like, y'all, I mean, they reaching so far up to where it just don't make no sense for me to just keep it in here. Yeah, and I added me some solar lights, as y'all can see, to this bed because I was like, oh, I think that'd be so pretty. So I only had 2 solar lights left, and these are the same solar lights that we have in the greenhouse. I really should have put them like one right there and then one right here, kind of skipped, but I think it's fine like this, y'all. And if I decide to get some more, I can always get some more. But yeah, that's that bed. Now our Easy Cube bed. I ain't even gonna try to pull the cover all the way up because I plan on closing this right back up, y'all, because it's warm out this door. As y'all can see, even though we got quite a bit of rain, we still have the clay, the Team Armor clay stuff that's still kind of coated on the plant. And when I say our rainfalls was crazy yesterday, it was crazy. So I don't believe I'm gonna reapply anything to this. I do see some caterpillar poop on here, but I don't see any new damage. So I'm assuming that they probably was in here, but they weren't really feeling that clay. the clay stuff that I got sprayed on these plants. So I'm gonna just leave it alone and roll with it. And once this the clay does fade away, I do plan to reapply some more of it, because again, it is safe for organic gardening. It does not hurt pollinators and things like that. It really just stops the pests from eating your plants. So that's what the Easy Cube is looking like. Then our Melrose pepper plant, it just does not look the same. It hasn't looked the same since I pulled that cucumber plant. So I'm almost thinking that this plant is kind of like on its last leg. I don't know if it's because of how I pulled the cucumber plant out of here or what. And I do see it's like some damage. Disgusting. Disgusting. That probably was a caterpillar. Look, that's why they weren't on no leaves, probably because they was too busy eating pebbles. And I will say this, I did not spray any of the insecticide soap on this bed. I just sprayed the clay stuff. So, but y'all, let's move right along. We ain't gonna worry about it. We ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. Now we got our Washington navel orange tree that's in the citrus tree planter from Vago. Now I just got one orange that's hanging on for dear life. It looked like it's all right, but the rest of them, the fruit has fallen off of it. So that's that. And this is a first year tree, so we really didn't expect any fruit from it. I did get a little bit excited when I started seeing oranges form on it, but my hopes weren't too high, because I knew that it was a possibility we wouldn't get any fruit this first year. Now look at our poor, sad looking cucumber plant. One thing about the cucumber plants, y'all, I have noticed, at least this variety, and I think this is the pickle bush variety, which y'all know I don't care for the cucumbers on the pickle bush variety anyway, so I'm not really too pressed about it. They, once it get too hot outside, too crazy, they start to like wilt down. But that's what the cucumber plant is looking like, y'all. Now in other news, I see a little snail. So here are our lima bean plants that we had direct sold. They're starting to sprout. I'm gonna get that snail from up out of here. Are snails without they little shield on? Is that still considered a snail, or would that be just considered a slug? That may be a slug. So I'm gonna pull him off. But for slugs, y'all, I gotta put on gloves because I just hate the texture of them. Then we still got our Swiss chard, and then our deal still in here. Now for the rest of this bed, y'all, I do plan to put some more lima beans in here. That's why I left that spot open, because I kind of want to succession sow those. I wanted to wait at least 2 weeks before I put down some more. So sometime next week I do plan to drop some more lima bean seeds over there on that side. And even with this cover too, y'all, it is not 100% guaranteed that you will not get any pests in here. It does help prevent some, but it's not 100% foolproof that you won't get absolutely no pest in here. So I just want to let y'all know that. Y'all know I like to be honest over here with y'all, tell y'all what's what and what's not. Yep, so that is everything that's on the patio area. And I want to show y'all this real quick too. I kind of call myself, I still got to clean up this area, but I call myself getting this stuff over here rearranged, because this area looked a mess. And if y'all remember, me and Tony had actually cleaned it up a couple of months ago, but for some reason it ended up getting junky again. And y'all leave in the comments, how many times do y'all have to like do a deep clean or reorganize stuff in y'all workspace and y'all garden in order for it to stay in order? Yep, in order for it to stay in order. And I also cleaned this little area over here. So our Vago potting bench, I did clean this area up over here. I did end up putting our extra grow bags over here, which I need to find a spot for these. I wanted to make sure that nothing was on the top of this potting bench because it's for me to use it as a working space. So when I got just all this different type of stuff on it, it makes me not even want to use it as a working space. So yeah, I decided to clean that up, and I did manage to get it more organized as well. Now, funny story, y'all remember a few months ago I had bought bought this little photo album looking thing for my seeds. Why do I still got the seeds in this container right here? So I'm just convinced that I ain't gonna do right when it comes to storing seeds. But I definitely want to go through and see the seeds that I got so I can stop buying new seeds. I want to see what I have, and I also need to organize it better. I definitely need a better way to organize those seeds because that's the only way I'll be able to tell what we have and what we don't have. So, but yeah, y'all, let's move right along from off the patio area. So we haven't put anything in our raspberry GreenStalk. I actually am going to direct sow some bean seeds to this. And then I got that one tomato plant that I said I was not going to add to a GreenStalk. It's a husky cherry tomato, so I decided to go ahead on and add it. And the rest of these pockets will be filled with green bean seeds. And I'll show y'all the green beans that I plan to direct sow because I actually got them in the garage. And then update on our sunflowers that we direct sowed. There they go. They sprouted up. Nothing really too much to see right there. And then for this GreenStalk right here, I plan to do melons in this GreenStalk. So I'm gonna do a full GreenStalk for melons. Y'all, I know y'all probably like, girl, what? A full GreenStalk of melons? Yes, y'all. The variety that I got, they're not supposed to get real big, and I'll show y'all the variety that I have because I have them in the garage. And yeah, we're gonna direct sow them. And I do have the plant support that I plan to add to this as well. So yep, that's that. Our blueberry bushes, we ain't got too much going on with the blueberry bushes right now. Nothing too much to see. The one that I don't have covered up, it do have some bug damage on it. Like stuff was eating the leaves. And as y'all can see, I still have not pruned this plant yet. I think it's because I just really want to wait till the fall time to prune it. And then this is our one that's doing the best. We got some blueberries on this one. So yeah, we got some that's coming through on this one, and this one just all around look the best. It looked the most full. It has the most leaves on it, and it just looks good. And our peanuts, somebody asked about the peanuts. The peanuts are still doing good, y'all. I was a little bit worried after we got all that rain, and this is one of the yellow buckets that does not have the best drainage on it. Y'all put me on game about the drainage after we had already sowed the seeds for our peanuts, so I don't know what's gonna become of this our little peanut patch. But I'm optimistic about it. I still have good hopes on it. We still got some flowers that's blooming on it. So we really just waiting for the foliage to die back on it. And then my daughter flower plant, I think it's done growing for the year. It's some type of lily. I was thinking it was a cattle lily, but somebody told me in the comments, no, that's not a cattle lily. She told me the name of it, but I just don't remember. We got our comfrey plant that's doing its little thing. We got our bucket right here that just got old soil. And then we just got different plants that just didn't survive. That really should have been put in the compost, but it is what it is. Then we got our cucumber plant over here. I went ahead and harvested those 2 cucumbers that I showed y'all in the other video. We got a lot of female flowers on this cucumber plant. The bees do be over here a lot though. It looked like on this plant it's mostly female flowers. If I'm not mistaken, the Monica, that's the name of this cucumber variety. The Monica variety, it's all female flowers anyways, y'all. So I think that's why so many female flowers on here. Yep, so. But yeah, we got cucumbers rocking and rolling. I actually tried the cucumber and they are really, really good. I enjoy those a lot more than I do the pickle bush. This one right here did not get pollinated, so we're gonna pull this off. I don't think this variety is the same as this variety. I think this is a Space Master. I thought they were the same variety, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think they are, because I do see some male flowers on this one. And then over here, we got some type of cucumber plant growing. I don't know exactly the variety, but we got cucumbers coming through. And then I think on the other side, I'm gonna just have to wait to see what pop out of there. That's either a melon or a cucumber that's on that other side. Then here go our chaos flower bed that don't look the best at all, but for some reason Jack and the Beanstalk still getting taller. That's our sunflower that's about to touch the sky. And then we got another sunflower that's right behind it. And then everything else that's over here just not doing good. This area is shaded most of the day. Our boards that we had over here, this is what it look like now, y'all. It looked toe up to the floor up. That one and the other one that was over here. So there's that. And then we got a few tree branches that fell from that weather we got yesterday. And then I decided to cover up our zinnias, y'all, because I started noticing bug damage on it. So I went ahead and covered this up. But this is our GreenStalk that's filled with only zinnias. So we're going to see what happens with it. Here's the bug damage that's on there, which I'm quite sure that it's them dang on caterpillars. All right, and over here, we got our marigold, shishito peppers. We got a melon plant in here and some nasturtiums. So we got a little bit of this and a little bit of that in here. To me, this GreenStalk, when we talking about having edible things in it, this one is doing the best. And we actually had finally started getting blooms on this nasturtium plant. I had came out here the other day and I seen some blooms on it. Yep, so, but they starting to die back. I end up eating one of them nasturtium flowers. It tastes like straight up pepper. And this one look like it got some type of bug damage on it. Something that came through and ate it. Starting to pull that off. That's this GreenStalk. But other than that, I feel like it's doing good. It does, like I said, have some bug damage on it, but for the most part, the peppers are doing well in it. The marigold's still doing well. The nasturtiums don't look the best, but that'll be all right. And then our melon plant that's down here is doing this thing. And Miss Chevelle from Peace in My Garden, she the one that sent me this Pearl Oliver. So I'm excited to see what it tastes like. Hopefully something become of it. Then our strawberry GreenStalk, ain't nothing to see here, y'all. I ain't even about to waste y'all time trying to show y'all. Y'all see what it is. And then we got our cucumber and melon GreenStalk. So we got just cucumber and melon plants in this GreenStalk. As y'all can see, I have added a plant support to it. Yeah. And we just gonna see what happens with it. We're gonna see what happens. And then I got these little parts from an old trellis that I just rigged up here and put some tomato clips on to help kind of stabilize the plant. And then we got this GreenStalk, our luscious green. Our luscious green is my favorite colored GreenStalk, y'all. I hope y'all ain't cricket. For some reason, like this camera is recording cricket. So we got the pretty marigolds that's up here. We got our daisy plant. We got some lavender. And we got some petunias. The rest of these are petunias. I did drop some sweet alyssum seeds in here. They're not doing the best, but they have popped up. So I'm gonna just leave them alone and see what happens. I don't have anything in this GreenStalk yet. I do plan to start some seeds, and I'm gonna add some starts to this. I'm not gonna direct sow anything in this one. And this our crazy GreenStalk that ain't really got too much of nothing going on with it. We got our lavender, we got our rosemary. We got rosemary on another side as well. Right here. This is one that I propagated. Then we got some green onions. Then we got this GreenStalk right here that I really need to just go ahead on and clean out, because this one is the one that had potatoes left over in it. And like I said, after all this rain we've been getting, I just don't see them potatoes doing absolutely anything. Oh wait, there's a potato that's showing right here. So maybe I should go ahead on and clean this one out. I wish I had my gloves on. When I start more potatoes in the fall, they definitely will be planted in the GreenStalk. Oh yeah, it is potatoes down there, y'all. Look at that. And I see another one down there. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't planning on doing no for real work out here today. I really just wanted to do a walkthrough. So this is the one potato that I was able to harvest up out of there, but it is some more down in there. So I may dump it tomorrow. And then right here, we got our bean GreenStalk. These are some just regular green beans, and as y'all can see, I changed out the cover that I had on here. The reason why I did that is because the green beans starting to grow really nicely, and I wanted a cover that fit kind of loose on here. So, and I do got some supports too to put on here. So yep, there's that. I'm moving right along to our greenhouse. Hold on, let me drop this off first and let me talk to y'all real quick. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the greenhouse, I don't know about the watermelon plant, because I'm gonna show y'all something. I noticed that a lot of the tendrils are starting to dry out, but it's no watermelon that's in the area that the tendrils are dried out at. So does that mean that the watermelon plant is kind of ending its cycle of growing? Y'all leave in the comments if y'all know, if y'all are familiar with growing watermelons. What exactly does that mean? And I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about too. I feel like right now with the gardening in my area, it's just starting to get real hot, and it's like the plants are going into survival mode. So I'm kind of just trying to get what we can get right now, and whatever don't survive through the heat, it just don't survive. I'm hoping that everything goes well with the greenhouse though, especially with us having this shade cloth on it. And the degrees in here with the shade cloth right now without the fan on is 96.3. So, and I do have the door open and the windows open always. So, just FYI. Now, this is what I was talking about, y'all. The tendrils are starting to like dry out and fall off, and that's like on the whole plant. Yep. And then the leaves starting to look a little ashy. Yep. But the tendril for our watermelon that's the farthest along, and this is a sugar baby watermelon variety, it has not dried out just yet. Yep. Y'all definitely leave in the comments, and it's starting to do that on both of the plants. It's like the tips of them are drying out. But I tell you what's still doing good. Our tomato, the husky red tomatoes, they're still doing good. We got some tomatoes down there. They're starting to turn red. And I probably should go ahead on and pull those off. Yeah, I'm going to go on and pull them off. So here they go. And then we just got a bunch of flowers and a bunch of tomatoes that's still going on here. These over here were dropped down later on in the game. So this is a Bush Goliath tomato plant, and then this is another husky cherry red tomato, and it's Tiny Tim right now, a little bit teeny tiny. Then we got our bell pepper plant that's still over here, which is the California Wonder variety, and then we got an orange bell. As y'all can see, I have harvested some of the bell peppers off of here. Yep, I just got one that's hanging on. I really was trying to save this last one so it could turn orange, but I don't know if it's gonna ever decide to turn. And then update on our Melrose pepper plant. That's what it's doing, y'all. This is how it's looking. Had to get up out of there. It was bunning up. So the other day, my dad had called me. He was like, hey, you growing some dill? And I was like, yeah, I got some dill. So he was like, can you bring me some dill? So I was able to bring my daddy some dill. I was able to give him some onions, and I was able to give him some bell peppers. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, but that just feels so good when your family able to contact you and ask you, are you growing certain things, and you have what they need, and you're able to share your harvest with them. I don't know about y'all, but that's a great feeling to me. You know, that's one of my favorite things about being able to grow food and garden. And I know a lot of people be like, nah, my favorite thing is me being able to, you know, eat my harvest. But some stuff we don't eat a whole bunch of, so it's nice to have more than enough to share with other people that do, you know, enjoy it. Yeah, I'm probably going to be out here for another maybe 15 more minutes, and I'm going in, y'all, because it is hot. It don't look hot, but like I say, it's just humid as all get out. I got me some water out here, so I'm definitely about to drink me some water. I gotta wash my hands off though. Let me wash my hands real quick, y'all, and then I'll turn it back on. All right, y'all, so I'm back. I did end up getting some Minnesota midget cantaloupe. So it's supposed to be a compact variety. So these are the ones that we're gonna add to the GreenStalk. And then I end up getting some more Blue Lake 274 bush beans, because these are the ones that I want to add to our other GreenStalk. So I'm basically trying to make sure that I am succession sowing when it comes to the beans, y'all. Really succession sowing with a lot of stuff, for real, for real. So yeah, let's go ahead on and go under the tree, and let's go ahead and get these direct sowed. And I am going to actually go ahead and cover the plants up too right after I sow the seeds in. And this is the insect netting that I'm using for the GreenStalks. Now, I told y'all this before the last time I used it, that it does not cover all the way the GreenStalk all the way to the absolute bottom, but it does cover a good amount of it. So that's why I decided when I'm starting the seeds to add that over the GreenStalk. So we're gonna start with our cantaloupe first. And really, y'all, I said I'm gonna do all cantaloupe in this, but I don't think I am now that I'm thinking about it, because I just thought about it. I'm the only one in the house to eat cantaloupe, and unless I'm gonna be doing fruit fast for the summer, I don't think it'd be a good idea to do this whole thing cantaloupes. At least not at all one time, let me say that. I'm just putting one seed per pocket and hope for the best. Botanical interest seeds usually germinate pretty good, y'all, so I'm gonna bet my all on this one. I'm gonna just do one tier with the cantaloupe. I ain't gonna overdo it. So I got 2 more pockets I need to fill up. And matter of fact, in this other pocket, instead of using a whole nother GreenStalk for beans, I'm gonna just add the beans to this GreenStalk. Because one thing about it, last year I learned my lesson when it comes to beans. So making sure I sow enough plants to have enough to actually make a full meal for everybody. And see, the beans, these type of beans, green beans, everybody in the house eat these. So that's why I'm sowing quite a few of them. And I feel like y'all done already seen me do this, so I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'll turn it back on once we get to doing our next task at hand. All right, y'all, so I have got that lemon GreenStalk planted out. I was able to get it covered up. Now we're about to go ahead on and switch gears and get this flower bed cleaned out. Finally, because I should have been did it. I really hate to do it though because the bees love this bed, even with all this damage on it. I've been liking to just cut them at the base. Use some scissors. Then I'm gonna just take off these calendulas. Oh, and speaking of calendula, y'all, I made some soap. Just in case y'all didn't see my short, I made a whole soap bar. And you see the little calendula petals in here. And then I did some rosemary oil. I put a few pieces of lavender in it. I did goat milk. What else I put in here? I don't remember the whole recipe, but it was so simple. It was a melt and pour soap recipe. I sure bring it out here just so y'all can see it. And I've got these little cute little boxes off Amazon. Ain't like I'm trying to sell these or nothing, but I just wanted a spot to put them in until I'm ready to use them. And I actually plan to use this bar as soon as I get from out here with y'all so I can see how it works for me. Anyways, stay on task. But yeah, I was saying I'm going to actually take those calendulas off and harvest those and let them dry out. I know these bees cussing me out like, girl, don't you see we trying to do our work? Pollinating, you over here cutting flowers down. I'm sorry, bumblebees. Just like y'all got work to do, I got work to do. Ooh, lizard, you scared the stuff out of me. I'm blowing up y'all whole spot, huh? Y'all pulling up this flower bed before the end of the summer was not in my bingo cards. This was supposed to last me the whole summer. I'm gonna leave this calendula. Yep, I'm gonna leave that one. What y'all say, you just gotta leave something, huh? I guess I could use this plant support to hold up this marigold. Yeah, look at that. Easy peasy. Now what in the whoberry hash is this? What is that, y'all? Look like an egg. Well, I gotta take a picture of that. It look like a little mini chicken egg. I ain't gonna throw it away. I'm gonna take a picture and see what it is. But all right, y'all, let me get all this stuff straightened out. All right, y'all, I'm back. Before I end this video, I want to show y'all how I propagate the rosemary. So I did just take a rosemary sprig from one of the GreenStalks, and I just took all the bottom leaves off. I don't know if you have to do this, but this is what I did last time. I kind of shaved off the woody part to expose a little bit of the green part. Kind of like what I'm doing right here. You want to try to make sure you get a healthy piece of rosemary when you're doing this. So this one looked pretty healthy. And I don't use any like rooting hormone or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it'll probably work a lot faster if you do, but I never used it before to be able to tell y'all if it'll work faster or not. And I'm just use this spot right here in our bed, and I'm gonna move this root that was left down in there. Now, if I wasn't planting something in here, I probably would have just left this down in there and been done with it. Then I'm gonna just stick it directly in the soil. And that's it. Now, it is going to take a while for it to root because the last time I did this, it took a good little minute for it to root. And I think you can put it in water too. But again, I have never tried it that way. This is the only way I have ever tried to propagate anything. I'm going to do that. And let me show y'all what the flower bed looks like now. So basically, the plan for this bed is to leave the marigolds in here. Like I told y'all before, and I'm going to leave this marigold. I just put down this plant that we got from the nursery. And I'm gonna leave this whole spot over here to give this plant right here room to spread. And then I got some lemon thyme growing right here on the edge. And then I got the rosemary that I don't plan to get anything from anytime soon, but I got rosemary growing in other spots in the garden, so I'm not really too much worried about that. And then I also plan to get some lavender. Now, as far as the lavender go, I think I want to kind of do a little quick experiment on it. I think I want to try to propagate that as well. I have never propagated lavender before, but I'm almost for certain that you can. So I'm gonna take a piece of lavender from down here just so I don't have to buy any more, because I already got 2 spots that have lavender growing in the garden. And don't get me wrong, I love me some lavender now, but I don't want to get too carried away with it. Oh, you know what? I got some lavender to add, y'all. The one that's not doing too well in the grow bag. I forgot all about that one. So we're going to just change the spot for that one. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let me go get my shovel so I can uproot it. The battery about to die though, y'all. So let me uproot that real quick and I'll turn y'all back on and show y'all what it's looking like. So I got the lavender placed where I want it to be at, and I'm about to show y'all that. I'm just giving me some rainwater to water this stuff in. This bed right here is not as moist as the other beds. And I do know that lavender does not like wet feet, but I just want to give it a good watering because I did just add some fish fertilizer into the plant hole. So I want to make sure it's watered in real nicely. Actually, I added fish fertilizer to the lemon thyme plant hole, the lavender plant hole, and then in the flower plant hole, I added some bulb tone. And the only thing that I have left to add to this bed is some basils. So I do plan to do 2 basils in this bed, possibly one right here in this little front spot, and then I may end up pulling that marigold that's in the back that's not doing too well and adding the basil to that side as well. So, and that's gonna be it for this bed because I don't want to overcrowd it and not give the plants that's in here space to grow. And I think that's gonna be it for today's video. I so enjoyed kicking it with y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed kicking it with me as well. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and leave a lizard emoji because this lizard been my work buddy this whole time I've been out here with y'all. So yeah, and I'll see y'all in the next video.